All right, everybody. Welcome to ETH Denver, and welcome to Huma Protocol's presentation. Income is the new collateral. My name is Erbil. I'm one of the co-founders of Huma Protocol. Thank you. So, Huma literally was born at ETH Denver 2022 last year here. We were, four of us from the team, were here, we were participants in the hackathon, and we were the DeFi track winner of the hackathons last year. And that basically started the journey of Huma Finance, and this year we're coming back as sponsors. We just launched Huma as public beta about a week ago. We have more than 30,000 users testing and using Huma right now. We have more than 20 developers building on the Huma protocol. We'll talk about all of that in a minute. But first, talk about the amazing team behind Huma. Two of us, me and my co-founder, Richard, we spent a lot of time at companies like Meta and Google trying to figure out how to build technologies for the next billion, the next billion, and the next billion. What are the problems that we need to solve? How can we build products that works in a lot of different parts of the world, in different environments as well? So that's where a lot of our experience and inspiration comes from for building for 99% with Huma. Also, we have two partners, two co-founders, G and Lei, who are risk experts coming from income-backed underwriting, heterogeneous underwriting at companies like Earnin, a consumer lending pioneer in the United States, as well as Opendoor, one of the pioneers in pricing and buying real estate automatically and technologically. With that, let's talk about Huma Finance. What is Huma Finance? It's an income-backed lending protocol for businesses and people around the world. What does it mean? We talk about the next billion quite often. We talk about gamifying things. We talk about solving some experience problems. Going back to our own experience, thinking about this problem in our previous careers, it all comes down to two things. You need to address the real-world needs of real business and people. You need to create real value. You can't just gamify this shit. You need to create real value, you need to solve real problems, and you need to remove the barriers to entry. And we still have a long way to go. If you look at the state of DeFi today, it is substantially limited. Because if you want to participate from the well-known DeFi protocols, you need to have a lot of Ethereum, a lot of wrapped BTC to be able to back your borrowing. And that serves only a small group of people because they are the only ones who have that many Ethereum and that many wrapped BTC to speculate against. And it's completely inaccessible to the 99%. As we say, one leg does not make a good stool. If you think about what you need today, as a person, you go to get a mortgage. You need to prove your income. You need to prove your credit reputation, and also you need to prove your assets. As a business, you need business loan. Again, you need to prove your revenue. You need to prove your assets, and you need to show credit reputation. Today, by only focusing on a few digital assets, we cannot make DeFi work for 99%. One leg does not make a good stool. You will fall. So we say income is the new collateral. What is income? Income can be anything on-chain or off-chain. On-chain, you have invoices, you have payment streams, you have staking income, you have GameFi rewards, you have farm yield. And this is growing. We have a growing income ecosystem, and we have growing income portfolios on-chain. Off-chain, again, you have invoices, you have e-commerce revenue, subscription revenue, payroll. So all of these different income types can be used as collateral, and that will give access to the 99%. If you want to look at the Huma protocol, it's a full stack protocol, and there are three layers. Let's walk from the bottom to top. At the very bottom, you see the decentralized signal portfolio. You need signals to understand risk and underwrite risk. And the signals can be income, can be assets, can be liabilities. Next thing, this is very important, you need to tokenize receivables. You need to tokenize the income to be used as collateral in the lending pools. And we also have an Aura system that coordinates different type of credit inputs into the ecosystem as well. On top of it, we have evaluation agents. These are automated underwriting machines that can look at all these different signals and understand the collateral to approve the borrowing from the lending pools. And at the top, we have lending pools that can be built by any business, that are owned by any business to support different kind of use cases all around the world. Our protocol works as a composition at the protocol level, but it also works as an SDK that can be embedded into mobile apps and web apps. We also have our own app for some of the use cases to be accessed directly. And both borrowers and lenders can interact with Huma through our partners that are building on Huma. A protocol is nothing without anything being built on it, right? We all talk about protocols, we like saying protocol, but what is a protocol if you do not showcase what's being built on it? So the Huma timeline, Huma story, we said we started here last year, we won the DeFi track, and we're coming this year. We just launched Huma as public beta, literally last week, and we have more than 30,000 users right now, trying, testing Huma, different use cases. We have more than 20 developers building on Huma. Let's talk about the apps to understand the power of this protocol. The first use case, the first partner we launched with is Request. Request is the largest Web3 invoicing network. They right now process hundreds of millions of dollars of Web3 invoices, and they work with a lot of different DAOs and Web3 startups. And with launching with Huma, they are enabling the first Web3 invoice factoring solution. That means that people who have invoices, let's say I have $5,000 I've sent to my client, but instead of getting paid in 30 days or 60 days, I need to access that money right away because I need to make payments. I can go to this integration that we have made, either through the request interface or the Huma interface. I can access up to 80% instantly through this factoring pool. And it's built on a very simple receivable credit primitive. The request invoice is wrapped in a transferable request NFT that can be used as collateral. And this is fully automated on-chain for underwriting and servicing. A very similar use case, Superfluid, is our second launch partner. Superfluid empowers payment streams to get paid every single block every few seconds. But what if you need to access those streams that you're waiting for the next 30 days? What do? You can't go to a bank and say, please give me some credit because I'm waiting for some streams to come on. You go to Huma for the first stream factoring solution that has launched on the Huma protocol. You can say, I want to get paid for the next 30 days of my stream right now. And you can do that immediately, get access, which means, again, the same primitive, same receivable credit primitive wraps your Superfluid stream. It's used as a collateral in the lending pool, and you can borrow against it. Fully automated, on-chain, underwriting, servicing. Use case number 3. We are super excited about this one. The team is here, Gia.xyz. It's built by a team of microlending experts in emerging markets. They have small businesses that they are serving in Philippines, in Kenya, and those businesses don't have access to credit. What do? They are onboarding those businesses through a very simple mobile app. In just 10 seconds, those businesses, they can be e-commerces doing medical supplies, they can be schools, they can be other things. Those businesses are onboarding in just seconds. They are tokenizing their invoice and inventory off-chain, bringing all that collateral and information on-chain to borrow from DeFi. They're making blockchain capital accessible to small businesses in every corner of the world. We're so excited about this use case. And we also have a lot of projects that started at ETH Denver. Number 1, crypto credit. Today, we still have a lot of cash ecosystems. People are still making a lot of transactions in cash. And those people are usually unbanked. How do we onboard them to this Web3 ecosystems? They are starting with a proof of stake solution that confirms the everyday transactions that you make and creates an on-chain credit history for you and onboards you onto the Web3 ecosystem as a borrower. That's incredible. The team is here. Go talk to them. I think it's going to change the world. Project number 2, crypto credit line. They're building crypto credit unions to leverage treasury assets. So what happens today is that if you're a DAO, if you're a Web3 startup, you might be token rich, but you are cash flow poor. You pledge your treasury tokens with others to form a credit union DAO. And you get shares from this credit union DAO that represents a diversified token portfolio. And those shares can be used as collateral to borrow from DeFi. Solves the cash flow problems of the Web3 startups and DAOs, creates a credit union, creates an accessible, fair ecosystem for everyone. The team is here. Go talk to them. Eat Denver project number 3, in real life trust. A lot of us have this problem. We have family and friends that sometimes wants, to borrow some money from us, or sometimes want to borrow for them. But who keeps any party accountable, right? The moment comes that they should be paying you, they don't pay you, what do you do? So they've created a system that orchestrates all of this trust on chain with trust tokens that can be used as collateral to also borrow against. And they have social recovery mechanisms for people who might be noobs, don't know anything about Web3. So whoever in your close circle doing peer-to-peer lending, your friends and your family, can help you recover your wallet because most likely you will lose your seed phrase. Project number 4, Tribe Credit, right over there. Lend and borrow anonymously with friends. It's an incredible use case, a very simple mobile web interface that doesn't require to actually have any wallet, anything else. You just take $100 to say, I'm going to approve these friends that I have with their phone numbers so that they can actually borrow from these lending pools. Those staked dollars act as a first loss capital for your friends. What it enables is that then the Tribe Credit can use that staked capital to access senior pool as a leverage. And all of their performance is badged and transparently published on chain, which means the senior pools actually understand the performance of these lending opportunities. And because the junior tranches are taking the first loss capital risk anyways, they're able to provide capital to basically people who are need access to capital anywhere around the world just by having a phone number. That's all you need. Project Git Credit. I love it because, as you know, a lot of people in emerging markets today are starting to get into this developer ecosystems. And developers are the most credit-worthy individuals. I was a Brock student in Turkey. I was also a very good open source contributor. And that changed my life. That gave me an opportunity to come to Bay Area, get great jobs, and 100x my family's worth. But before I did that, I had zero access to credit. Nobody cared I was a top-notch open source developer as a student in Turkey. But what if we cared? What if we used that information as a credit to be used on chain to borrow against? What if someone like Git Credit looked at all of that, utilizing validators, utilizing proof of stake solutions to actually start your credit journey on chain? I think we can change the world. Salus Mint. Today, you do not have, and we do not have, a sustainable NFT ecosystem. Especially with royalties going away, we need to create more sustainable relationships between NFT creators and NFT buyers. What happens is they have built a way to commit your relationship to your buyers by putting your proceeds from your NFT mint into a vault. By committing long-term to keep your NFT proceeds into the vault with your borrowers, we actually create a yield-bearing system that can be turned into income. So instead of cashing out right away and letting traders take all of the advantage, you're putting into the proceeds and you're taking income as borrowed from the Human Protocol lending integration. And those vault shares that you have, again, are used as collateral in lending. It's an incredible use case. I think it's going to create a more sustainable NFT ecosystem around different chains. Last project. This is one of the things we wrote about in our light paper about a year ago, and we're so excited to see a team building this. A credit line for every wallet. It's an insane idea to think today what we have, the EOA wallets that everybody uses, is a broken debit card. It's nothing else. It's a broken debit card. It only works sometimes, and it only works for some of the assets that you're holding. But what if we turn that into a credit wallet? What if it worked more like a credit card? And the team has built a smart contract wallet on ZK Sync account abstraction. We didn't have a ZK Sync solution ourselves. We were only on Polygon and mainnet. They did the deployment for us. So now Humo Protocol is also on ZK Sync. And they have built these credit lines underwritten using different on-chain, off-chain signals. But what's more important is that the collateral requirements are met by hybrid custody solutions within the wallet. So think about it. Today, our lending pools are extremely centralized. You need to put the collateral into lending pool, which actually centralizes the collateral itself and makes it, vulnerable to rug pulls. Makes it vulnerable to whoever has the, multi-sig vault, access to those lending pools. But what if you make that lending pool disappear? What if that lending pool, that credit line, that credit was attached to the credit wallet itself? You decentralize the lending pools completely, and I think this is going to change the whole ecosystem once we enable wallets that work like a credit card. We have many more projects being built on Humo Protocol. I don't have enough time to go through all of them, but all of those teams are here right now. We are here. Come and learn. Let's build DeFi for the 99%. Let's go.